Hi Capricorn, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your love and relationship reading, so I'm gonna be picking up your energy and the person you're dealing with. It can be anybody. It's just the significant energy, it can come in any forms. Okay? Alright. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get into this. Let's see what's in your heart space, what you truly want in this connection, in this situation, in this space, what you truly want. Oof, how beautiful. Ace of Swords. I love this card. Love this card. It's like a very far-fetched vision. Very far-fetched vision, and I haven't started the reading. Okay, I'm gonna get all the cards first, but it's just a visceral feelings that I'm getting. Very far-fetched vision that you can see. You can see. It's like almost sudden you're, like visibility is like from 10 mile to 20 miles. You can see for next 20 miles, like very clearly, that kind of visibility, clearness. Anyway, what's your 3D, why you want to be in Ace of Swords energy? What's your 3D reality that's kind of driving you to be in Ace of Swords energy? Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, and what's your advice? King of Wands, sorry. King of Wands in reverse. Alright, what's your external energy, meaning how you're showing up in this space? What kind of energy? Okay, Otter. It kind of came like this way. I'm gonna put it upward, but I will keep that in mind that it kind of came a little twerky. Alright, let's get another layer for this. Please give me a card for Ace of Swords. No, not gonna take that because please give me a card for Ace of Swords. This 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords to 2 to 1. Decision, clarity. That's just the archetype of it. Okay, the reading has not started yet. 8 of Pentacles, please. One more time. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. Okay, swords with swords, pentacles with pentacles. King of Wands, please. Temperance. Alright, let's see. What do they want? What's in their heart space? What do they truly desire? Death and rebirth. Okay. Why they want to be in death and rebirth energy? Why they want to be in death and rebirth energy? 10 of Swords. So you have, okay. Makes sense. Okay. Advice, please. Temperance in reverse. Oh wow. Okay, I see. So you guys actually complement each other. So it's like if you switch the energy and complement each other energy, whatever problem you are facing, that can be solved. I don't know what it is because I haven't started the reading, but just by the looking at the card, this is okay. What's their external energy? How they're showing up? How you're perceiving them? how they are behaving, all those kind of other stuff. Turtle in reverse. Okay, and let's get another layer for this. Death and rebirth, please. We got the Magician. Okay, two major arcana back to back. Okay, Ten of Swords. No, I'm not gonna take it because I haven't set the intention. Ten of Swords. Just like, look at this, how many? Ten of Swords, please. What's going on? You know what is telling me? Getting this in like bunch of cards. I'm gonna take this on Hangman in reverse. There is a lot. They have, no wonder there is like a Ten of Swords. It feels like too much on their shoulder, too much on their either in thoughts or too much letting that go. Wow. Okay, Temperance. We got Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. You also got Eight of Pentacles. That's their suggestion. You see how kind of you guys, your energy is kind of mismatching, intertwined. So it's all about recirculating the energy redirecting the energy in a different way, so that the energy that you need is already there. So it's just a matter of where to put it and how to channel it. So let's get into this in the detail so that you can understand what I'm actually saying here. So what you want, Capricorn, you want Ace of Swords. Like I said, you want to see things like it's like with this relationship, with this person, you want to see the long haul. You want to see the truth. You want to see that it's not that there is any deception, there is none. But in order for you to really invest yourself completely, really devote yourself completely, really immerse yourself completely, you need to see where this path is heading. So that's like just your nature. If you're connecting with this, that's just your nature. That's how you perform. If you cannot see this long fetched vision, it does not inspire you to take the first step. So for you need to have the clear cut vision and clarity and understanding of the situation beforehand, before you act on it. So there is a lot of a lot of clarity, and almost like you are seeking for that kind of spiritual truth for this relationship, within this relationship, and about this relationship, about this connection. And because you are looking for this, because it has been a long time that you are seeking for the truth, you are look at this person is like standing there, one feet, one knee on the, it's like there is a desperation there, the sense of desperation, and waiting and coming to a terms to see that light all the way through the basement. It coming from the 20th floor all the way to the basement. That kind of clarity. There is a channel, like clear channel in the middle, so which can assure you that no matter what, the light gonna go through. So that's the, you want to see the possibilities of this relationship holds, even though then you are ready to take all the waves. You can take 10 punches, you can take 10 like beautiful rainbows. But in order, you need to know that this has the capacity to tolerate, it has the capacity to endure those kind of 10 punches. When it is gonna come in your way, it's not gonna break. That kind of durability, that kind of endurance you are trying to capture in this relationship before you invest yourself completely. And you have been in this kind of almost like a like a watcher kind of energy, and trying to fetch that light of clarity, but it was not coming through. But you were desperately wanting this, and my senses are telling that you are gonna get this. but let's see why you want this. Look at this, because Eight of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles, what did I say? That you need to, in order, Four of Pentacles is all about investment, all about dedication, and all about holding on to it, all about holding on to your coins, whatever you are invested, whatever you have grown, whatever you have nourished, whatever you have developed, and really like a shining, what is that, not shining, it's like I'm not getting that English for it. It's like a knife when you like, is it like, what is that called? When you make it sharp, like so that it doesn't go blunt, like sharpening, maybe, I don't know. Uh, you understand what I'm trying to say, like that kind of, like, really be persistent to keep what you already have earned, what you already have developed. And Eight of Pentacles is all about that kind of dedication to put into it. It's not like just, oh, I have 10 coins, so I'm just gonna keep it in my under my pocket, I'm not gonna spend it, I'm not gonna give it away, so that 10 coins remain 10. That's like a frugality. But it's not that. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's like, I'm gonna put work into it, I'm gonna put work in this relationship, I'm gonna make sure this four pentacles turn out to be eight of pentacles. So there is growth there. It's like a consistent growth there. But I'm not gonna let go what I have learned, what I have gained. So there is some sense of holding on to the tradition, at the same time building on the tradition. It's like holding on to the tradition, but not being fanatic about tradition, not being very stubborn about your belief, but having this strong belief and conviction within this relationship, what you want, how you see this relationship, at the same time eager and ready and dedicated to work on it further, to make it double it up. That's like a pretty typical, like, earth sign, like approach towards, if you have a heavy earth on your chart, this is like a typical approach when you try, work on any kind of relationship. Because relationship is not just a wishy-washy external thing. It's the investment, and how you perform and how you invest in your relationship, that how you perceive who you are. So it's like your relationship is an extension of yourself. So it's not something external. So this is what you are looking for, this is what you want, this is what, because you are putting a lot of effort in it, you are putting your heart and soul in it. So you want to see if whether this relationship has that tenacity, had that durability or endurance to survive both ups and downs, not just only when the happy moments and these relationships are thriving, but when it's going down, everything is falling apart. You don't want that. You want something very, very solid, something very, very committed. And I feel like that because you are already putting this effort. So I feel like that this relationship is already in place. You are in the middle of you are developing. It's not something new. It's you are already invested. You have already invested. You both have already invested in this relationship in whatever form. Maybe you are trying to take it to the much more, like socially much more, like giving it a more prominent name or something like that. But whatever it is, socially, you are already invested in that. This is not something very new. It's not that something you are just getting to know each other. It's like you already know this is something that you want to put effort into. And how you are coming up, look at this otter is seriously, the other day I was saying to some, I don't remember which reading, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This is one of my favorite card in Animal Spirit. I love the energy that I get. It's like there is a certain sense of curiosity, certain sense of naivety, certain sense of innocence, at the same time joy and dedication there. So you are coming off, you are coming off to them, somebody who is being very curious about life, like, but who also know how to take life seriously. They really perceive you like somebody that they feel like you have every aspect. It's not just a seriousness, work, but you also have a sense of lightness, sense of joy, sense of humor. So it's like a kind of very nice balance. They see you, it's like a whole circle coming together. And you also, like it's like this relationship is like a it's like it really a huge part in your life. This connection has been a huge part. It's not just something that you take it lightly. So you try to give every aspect of your being into this, so that because these relationships somehow define you, who you are. And that's actually not a negative way, not like codependent way. It's a very because whatever work you put into it comes from a deeper sense of belonging, and that kind of defines you. It's also kind of surprise you that you can go such a deeper way, you can go such a long distance, to make something work, to dedicate yourself into something that you see your future with. It sometimes even surprise you too, because you did not know your limit, but some this relationship, every time when you are dedicated into this, it kind of every time this limit get a little pushed further, and it's like kind of stretching your horizon of existence, which is very nice. And how they're, what they want magician and death. It's very interesting how, okay, hold on, let me put it here. I feel like they want something to completely collapsed within their energy, and they want to manifest this thing, they want to manifest this highly committed, not like a conventional commitment, not like like a bookish commitment. This is not a bookish commitment, this is a deeper sense of commitment, deeper sense of devotion, and they wanna manifest that. But before they can do that, there is something in them which needs to be stopped, which needs to be collapsed, which needs to be reinvented, otherwise it feels like that they are not invested, but they want to be 100% invested as you are. But there is something within them that needs to be altered, needs to be changed. Okay, I'm now intrigued. What is this debt? What's need to be changed in them? I usually do not take cards once I pull out, but because this is, yeah, it gives me Eight of Cups. Something they needs to walk away from. Something they needs to walk away from, and that once they walk away from, that's where they can manifest these changes within. It has nothing to do with you, Capricorn. It has nothing to do with you. They adore this relationship, but they know that in order for them to be completely just and give you what you truly deserve, they have to alter something within them. They have to put an end to a something. But it's not, I asked what it is, it says Eight of Cups, something to walk away from, something. Walking away from what? I'm extremely curious now, but okay, let me get into that later. But why? Okay, let me be here, we can find something. They have, it's like a mental it's like a mental block, like they overthink things way too much. They go, they think, they feel like, this gonna give them some kind of clarification, some kind of understanding of life in a much larger way. But every time they do that is only cloud their judgment. But there is a deep desire to get away from this, and I feel like it's like almost like the moment they feel they have liberated from them, it's kind of follow them around. There is something about this negative, they cannot get rid of this negative thinking. And because this thinking is all the time kind of, it's like a ticking in their head, they feel depleted and exhausted inside. So when it comes to this kind of devotion, like you, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, so much of earthly giving and commitment, they feel a little depleted and out of energy. Maybe that's why you want to know that whether this relationship can endure the ups and downs because of their these overthinking patterns. Sometimes they pull themselves off and completely go into very dark realm where they feel like that no, they are not, they won't be able to pull out this relationship. They are not meant for a real good absolute, like love kind of situation. Then they try to give up, then they try to blame themselves, then they feel like they are cursed or something. And you, that's why maybe it is necessary for you, you're thinking like, I need to see that whether this relationship had the endurance to go through the tough and tough and kind moments. Because you feel like because of this thing you can get the sense, even though you don't know what actually goes on in their head, they also don't know. That's why they want a death of this and thirst a rebirth. It's like a magician, something they has to manifest, something beyond their control, but they want to manifest this. But it's like, but you can sense it, you can sense it. That's why you feel like, okay, give me you are like, okay, tell me how far-fetched this can go. And because they are coming off as a turtle in reverse, turtle is very reliable, very persistent, very slow and steady, knowing their ground. Turtle in reverse is like, that's what I'm trying to say. They are, one time they are very they, that they have that substance inside them that they can pull through, they can have that endurance in them. Then the next time when this ten of swords kind of sword, this mental negativity comes to them, they feel distorted and they feel like they won't be able to pull it off, and they don't want to disappoint you, so they pull themselves off from this situation. It's like, and it feels, it doesn't feel it. And then you ask, then that them, their tug of war create a lot of confusion for you to really, then you question, okay, is this relationship is really endurable? But it's why they're okay. So their advice is temperance in reverse and the eight of pentacles. Maybe, yeah, okay, so temperance is, which is also Sagittarius card. I think they are too much into, they ask a lot of, which is good. I will never discourage anyone who does a lot of it, like existential question. They have a lot of existential, they ask a lot of huge philosophical question in life. And sometimes because they cannot, they need a lot more, like the magician, like not more mental clarity in order to really ask all this question. Otherwise it feels like I said, they go inside to get some kind of enlightenment, but because they ask all this question, but those questions never get really filtered through some kind of channeled energy, it's only get muddy in their head, and it create a lot of confusion about life, lot of confusion about their worth, a lot of confusion about what they can do and what they cannot do. So universe is asking that, get out of your head a little bit and not ask, it's fine, just, you don't have to ask constantly. I mean, but how can you stop? If you are really a seeker, you will be always seeker. You cannot ask a seeker not to ask questions. That's like a stupid thing to say. Um, so, but universe is telling that eight of pentacles, which is like what you are doing, like, just, if you can copy what Capricorn is doing, you will be fine, cross watcher. That's typically universe is telling you. Maybe you are the person who is more philosophical, who ask this bigger question of life, which is beautiful. I encourage you to do that, but your mind is not clear enough to handle all this question. Maybe you need to ground yourself more. You need to find the beauty in your day-to-day life, find the beauty that your immediate existence can offer you. Then you can delve into this mental faculty. Because if you delve into too much into mental faculty without having this solid ground, it can all the time, most of the time, it can confuse people, and then they lose track of reality, and that is what happening. And then you get so many different thoughts and you don't know how, what is what, and it creates a huge gigantic chaos in your brain, and you feel that you are unworthy. And that's what you want to put a stop to. But in order for do that, you need to take step by step, make life simple. Ask, like, Capricorn, I feel like if you can help them out a little, way, I think because you are already doing this, so I feel like you can do what they actually need. You already have what they actually need. If you can work together, if you have some kind of problem, whosoever connecting with this side, when you feel like you are getting lost in your head, you feel like everything is more than you can handle, more than you can answer to, maybe you can talk to Capricorn, and like more, and just maybe they can bring clarity, they can bring you back to the ground and let you see that what you have immediate basis and how you can hold on to that before you go this kind of mental realm. Because you need to work towards, temperance is a nice energy, but one has to have earned that energy in order to see it clearly, otherwise it can be very confusing. And for you, look at this, for you is like King of Wands, in reverse. For you are like, I feel like you are the one who is holding the torch in this relationship. You are the one who is setting up the tone and setting up the path here. So universe is telling you to step back, step down a little bit, and get into your this, like, like I said, you guys need to just change the role. They are more into heads, ask all this question about life, ask all this bigger question, metaphysical questions. Seeker, they are the seeker one. Maybe you need to be a more seeker. Ask, get out of this your day to day grounded, like, like cobweb kind of energy, and free yourself a little bit. And you don't have to set the tone for everything. Help them to take charge, maybe you are the one who is, like to see the all the way through, and like to see, like to set the stones how to go about it. Because that's a little, maybe you, that's a little controlling, little controlling, good way, but it's a little controlling. Let go of little bit of control and give that control and power to them. If you want to do something, if you want to know how this relationship gonna take the next step or something like that, if you want to make even with a little bit of decision, ask them to, tell them to make the decision for both of you. And not all the time, but give them some share of power. So that will give, when you put them in charge, that will make, force them to be more grounded. They cannot make a decision, they cannot take a charge being up in the head, you know what I mean? So in order for that, they have to bring themselves down and be into more Eight of Pentacles energy, which you are already. So that way you can balance this energy out, and they will do that. They're not gonna fight you back, because in their heart they want to also stop being all this, Ten of Swords kind of energy. Stop being all the time in this kind of seeker kind of energy and completely lose track of ground and feel unworthy of doing anything, because they feel like they cannot really get anything done in real terms. So you have to give them a real based power, even if it's a little small decision in this relationship, just give them the power to take the decision. And then that will take some kind of burden from your side, and you will be more free to ask another side of the life, which is much more spiritual, which doesn't have to be completely like nailed to the wall, that kind of energy. It's a little freer energy. So you will be a little bit freer spiritually, and by giving them the power of making decision, they will be more grounded. In this way you can interchange the energy, and it can be very fruitful for the overall relationship. That's a very clear message I got here. Hope you get something out of your Capricorn, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye bye.